Good. So you wrote the lyrics for I Am the
Yes, I did.
Globglogabgalab.
I did, yes.
And Tim Thomas wrote the music.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
So we had a mix how we did it. And I know that the first songs we wrote together, we were in the same room. We felt a little bit like the Sherman Brothers of Disney, or a Roger and Hammerstein, or whatever. And so we started. I know we had a can of coffee and paper around us, and then we started. We just improvised and lipped about the first song. What do we want in there? So, but later on, we moved to more. I would write some of the lyrics, and he would try a melody, and then we would adjust. But also we had later on we had I said, Tim, just write something what you feel is good, and I try to put the words in. So we had the three of those efforts,
good.
So, and we would of course not criticize but encourage each other to make some changes here and there.
Rotfarbene Königin, du weißt, wo ich jetzt bin. Sieh meine Not und komm hierher, denn ich brauche dich so sehr.
How did you and Tim Thomas meet?
In our church in 1980, and honestly, we didn't like each other.
How come?
He was a choir leader,
and
I was fresh. I just came back to the faith, so to speak, and I was new in the church, and he was the choir leader, and he was an American. And he was the most German American you would ever met. So our pastor was from southern Germany. And when they went to America or something, and people knew that a German and American would come, they always would mistake them, because he would correct Germans for their language, for the grammar, because he was very so clever.
I didn't know that.
And he was very, very solemn in his appearance, which he was not. He had a great sense of humor. And of course, he, in his heart, he was a musician, worshiper, but also he wanted to help others to develop their natural talents. So more or less, he took me under his wings. And so to cut a long story short, he went away to finish some of his studies, to get a master's studies. So he was then 2 years in the States. And when he came back, he wanted to do the third episode of the Freddy the Donkey. And then he walked around and said, and invited people to read the script and say, so what do you think? And he approached me, although I had refused to join his choir. He approached me and said, you are a creative guy, I know that, because I had done some theater things and so on, and some comedy. And so he approached me and said, you are creative, why don't you come on? And I said, yeah, well, I can do. So that's how it started.
That's how it's, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Tim Thomas was American.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So where in America is he from then?
He had almost no accent when he spoke German. And and then we sat around they had a big, huge table because they had a large family, but they also were very great in hospitality. And I remember in 1983, we sat around his big family table reading the script. And I have to say, I was the one, I guess, who had the most critical remarks from others. Others were very polite, make suggestions, and I tried to be polite and said, maybe we should change this and that, and so on. Because and Tim's wife, who had written the first two and this third one, I admire her for her humility, her patience with this young guy, because she said then, and Tim, they both said after the meeting, they came to me and said, why don't you take the script and see what you can do with it? And just imagine, to let this go, because they felt maybe he can do it better. So I think until my last day of my life, I will honor that, because that was a great gesture and a great act. I don't know if I would be able to do that. So I had my exercises, of course, but I don't know. So that's how it all started. And then 2 years later, and because of the Freddy series, they were successful. And meanwhile, it started all in our church, and we were all amateurs, so to speak, and all live musicians singing and so on.
Okay.
And then a little publisher bought the rights, and then we got paid a little.
Okay.
And then another a bigger publisher took it over, I think in 85 or 86. And so in 85, and it was a success. And in 85, we did the third Stravinsky episode.
Features the Globglogabgalab,
yeah. And the thing is, we just wanted to have a funny character in that. So not be too serious, to have, I always think of Mary Poppins, a spoonful of sugar.
Good.
Helps the medicine go down. I always like the combination. That you help people with humor. And we Christians have a lot of humor.
Yeah. Well, some more than others, but good. Excellent.
So that was the birth.
Okay.
Oh, a guest! Hello, young man. With whom do I have the unspeakable pleasure of meeting?
Stravinsky. My name is Stravinsky, and I'm a little mole.
So there's 6 episodes in total of Stravinsky.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we've got a third one so far. So there's more in the story, which hopefully we'll have eventually more somewhere.
And interestingly enough, and maybe that's the reason why you choose it, because this is a story that is, how shall I say it in English? So it's in itself, it has no, es hat keine Fortsetzung, seine Geschichte in sich selbst.
Yeah.
The others, they refer to the ones before, but
that's right. Yeah. There's no sequel, although, as many people have pointed out, a lot of people don't know who the Rat King is, because we get introduced to the Rat King right at the beginning in episode 1.
Stravinsky, look there, inside the wardrobe.
The Rat King.
Oh!
That's just unfair. You always interfere with my plans, but just you wait. Sooner or later, I will defeat great Elohim and crush you all. Just you wait.
And he's got a much bigger role in episodes 1 and 2. And then
Tim is singing the red guy.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So he had this wonderful bass, low voice. He had a very big scale in his voice. He could sing very high and very, very low. But I always had to push him. I said, Tim, you can do it. No, I don't want to. I'm not good at voice. And, you're brilliant. Just do it. He was a little bit shy, but he was a great Rat King.
In the German version of it, it has a bit of a Russian accent. Did he put the Russian accent on, or was that his?
Yes, I think he maybe not Russian, but I don't know, because I don't know why he did that, but.
Ja, ich bin der König der Ratten, bin die größte Macht der Welt. Ich bin der größte Herrscher und ich tu, was mir gefällt. Zittern und Furcht, mein Freund, folgen mir bei Tag und Nacht. Ich bin dein schlimmster Feind. Oh, wie fürchterlich es rattet, Königs dunkle, finster, schwarze, düstere Macht.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I wouldn't have thought he's American, because I mean, how many years did he spend in Germany? Like at that point, like, I mean, I've lived in England now for nearly 20 years, and I still have a bit of an accent.
Yeah.
That some people pick up, some people more than others. So how many years did Tim Thomas spend in Germany?
Tim came in the mid-70s, I guess.
Okay, so how old was he roughly then? Was he like? So he studied in England. He studied in America.
He's. I think he's was born around 1950 or something,
Okay.
maybe a little bit later than that. We are 9 years apart. I'm born in 61, maybe 52 or 53.
Okay, yeah. And very sadly, Tim Thomas died, isn't it, 3 years ago? Yeah, which is, great loss. And sad, because otherwise we could have potentially made lots more Globglogabgalab songs. I think a lot of people have asked for that. So I do wonder whether you know any musicians in Berlin that you could collaborate with and write more songs. I think a lot of people would love to see more songs.
My best friend is a great, is a wonderful musician, so could do that.
I think a lot of people would love to see more songs of the Globglogabgalab.
Hey.
That would be something I think the internet would love.
Yeah. Only if you put them into picture.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Oh, splendid. Simply delicious. Oh, I am the Globglogabgalab, the schwabble dabble wabble gabble flibber blabber blab. I'm full of schwibble glibber kind. I am the yeast of thoughts and mind. Schwabble dabble glibber glabber schwibble schwab glab. Dibble double schwibble schwabble glibber glab schwab. Schwabble double glibber glabber schwibble schwab dab. Dibble double schwibble schwabble glibber schwab glab.
Maybe we should do something about a Globglogabgalab COVID song, you know?
Yeah.
Keep the distance, wear your mask, and things like that.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. How he spent his year in self-isolation in the basement back with the books. I don't think he had a problem with that.
He won't mind, I guess, because he has all the books.
Exactly, yeah. All the entertainment you can need and want.
But what happens to him if he reads a medical book about COVID and all the...
that's right. He might turn into the virus.
He will look like a COVID virus, you know.
Yeah, that's a sequel there.
That would be a nice story.
That's a
don't you copy that, listener, viewer.
Yeah, reminds me of like a Marvel What If series that is just released on Disney Plus. Like what if the Globglogabgalab ate a COVID manual?
Yeah,
and infected the rest of the world. Maybe that's how it all started. That's how it all started spreading.
And the Globglogabgalab would be a great avenger.
I think he's definitely missing of that.
I
can imagine
the Hulk and Thor and
exactly, all standing up in a circle with him, with his superpower in the middle now.
Yeah, they started a series right now called What If. So we could add a
do that. What if
the Globglogabgalab would?
What's an adventure?
Yeah, would be the Hulk or something like that.
Disney, please listen. That's what we want next. Yeah. We're open to negotiations about rights and licensing.
We are available.
Yes,
we are willing to change our priorities.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good, great.